Hey everybody and welcome back. Hope your guys' week is going pretty well so far. Alright, so let's just jump right into the news. So it looks like Capcom is now considering anyways, they're on the Nintendo Switch train. And this is what they had to say. I guess they're kind of considering bringing PS4 and Xbox One games to the Switch, like either porting them over or even making games or stuff like that. But obviously they'd port them over. They're not going to rebuild the game from the ground up to work on the Nintendo Switch. But this is what they had to say. At Capcom, we determined which platform to release the title for after considering the features of both of our software and the hardware in question, believing we must bring the enjoyment of our games to the maximum potential. And then he goes on to say, it's an excellent to have the market invigorated with new hardware launches. As a software publisher, we endeavor and develop games that offer enjoyment best suited for each piece of hardware's features and target users. Following first party in order to introduce our own content, we are currently moving forward with internal planning and analysis as a partner company. So that's interesting. I mean, Capcom's not what they used to be. I believe they still make Street Fighter. Well, I mean, Street Fighter V just came out. I believe I'm thinking of the right company unless I'm thinking of Sega. I don't know exactly which company it makes it, to be honest. But I know Capcom's just not the same company they used to be. But hey, more third-party support, the better. I mean, they joined the list of like Activision, EA, Konami, Bethesda, Ubisoft, just a whole bunch of companies on this list. You guys can check out the list here in the description. But yeah, there's a pretty huge list, and there's no word on what games are coming to the Nintendo Switch yet. But like I said, more third-party support, the better. So things are looking up for Nintendo at this point, I think. So you guys know Call of Duty Infinite Warfare did release on Friday instead of a Tuesday. It looks like some games are releasing on Fridays now as opposed to Tuesdays. But anyways, it looks like Infinite Warfare, it looks like, I guess, maybe, potentially, it's doing worse than predecessors. Now, the sales are down 48% from Black Ops 3. So these are the figures out of the UK. And basically, what happened is the sales are down. I mean, all those dislikes on YouTube and stuff still did better. And it looks like, they had to charge $20, or I think it was $80 if you got Infinite Warfare and the Modern Warfare Remaster. I believe that was $80. Now, I think that's the reason they did it. Because otherwise, if it was Infinite Warfare sold separately from Modern Warfare Remastered, people wouldn't buy Infinite Warfare. They'd buy that. And how would that look? A basically 10-year-old game outselling a brand new game that just came out. So obviously that's why they bundled it together. I mean, I don't even know exactly how it's going to work. Like, I don't know how Modern Warfare Remastered is going to work, but I think the disc has to be in the console in order to play it. I can't confirm. I'll have to check into that, though. But obviously the UK doesn't represent the rest of the world. So, it could have did way better in North America. This is just coming out of the UK. This is just in the first couple days. But usually a game sells quite a bit when it releases. And I don't know. I think Battlefield 1 has the upside here just because they're more true to the war. They represent World War I and stuff. Maps are bigger, more realistic looking. And the list goes on and on for Battlefield. So I think everything's looking good for Battlefield at this point. That's maybe why Call of Duty got a whole bunch of flack, because they're futuristic and stuff like that. I heard the campaign's actually decent for Call of Duty, which hasn't been said since like Modern Warfare 2. And it's just I don't know. Call of Duty is looking bad at this point. Like this article says here, sales could be doing better elsewhere, but I don't think they are. They're still on track to sell about 20 million copies, and that's still a pretty significant number there. So if you guys think Activision's going out of business in Infinity Ward, I believe Infinity Ward is the one who made it. I'm sorry. I don't know entirely who made the game. But if you guys think Activision's going to scrap this game, I think, again, they might maybe take a year off like the Assassin's Creed series just because it gets boring. It gets repetitive. A Battlefield doesn't come out every year. I don't know why Call of Duty has to. The market gets flooded with the games and it's boring, it's just the same old. You can only make so many first-person shooters, and then before it's just going to get boring. So yeah, that's interesting. And I don't know. What do you guys think of this whole situation? Do you guys think Call of Duty is going to tank hard? They're on track to sell 20 million yet, so, that's not really that bad when you put it into perspective. But, what do you guys think of this whole situation? Let me know down in the comments section. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to talk about today, and it's about the PlayStation 4 Pro. This comes out on Friday, along with the NES Classic. That's going to be awesome. But, So there was a Q&A on the blog here, on the blog PlayStation.com website, and there's a whole list of questions. You guys can go through them and read them to yourself. This is the one question that stood out to me and really got me going. It's got me so... hold on. So this is what Sony had to say here. Now, they said, the question was, will I need to pay to update my existing PS4 game with the new PS4 Pro features? And Sony responds, this is coming direct from Sony. While nothing specifically prevents publishers and developers from this, we don't anticipate it at this time. Software updates enabling PS4 Pro features on any existing first-party title, such as Infamous First Light or Uncharted 4, will be free. So, basically, every Sony game made, the patches will be free. So, where does that leave everybody else? So, in order to play high graphics settings on your PlayStation 4 Pro, or the updated graphics, you're going to have to pay for it. On PC, you buy the new graphics card like the NVIDIA 1070, like what I have, or the 1080, and so on and so forth. You don't have to pay to get ultra settings. It just on the game. You buy the new graphics card, you can update the graphics, play the game at a higher resolution and higher settings. With the PS4 Pro, it should be the same exact way. This is ridiculous. Sony needs to stop this before it gets bad. I mean, they need to basically lay the law down and say, guys, okay, you can't charge for software updates. I mean, I know there's work that goes into these. I know there's a lot of work that go into these, but you know what? You're selling the game at $60. If the game doesn't work out of the box, and how is this going to sell the PlayStation 4 Pro? Like, what? If you're going to make people pay for the PlayStation 4 Pro features, say a definitive edition or an older game, something like that, that's not going to make people go out and run out and buy the PlayStation 4 Pro. That's going to make them say, okay, well, I'll just stick with my PS4 then. The graphics aren't terrible. I can still stand them, you know? Like, I'm not going to blow another $400 on there. Guys, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. Sony, I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this video, which you probably aren't, but either way, you guys started out so high up there. You're like, yes, we got 45 million consoles sold and whatever. Now we're the bad kid on the block. We have all the consoles sold. This is us. We're gonna do things we want. We raised $10 a year for PlayStation Plus, which personally I don't think that should have happened. And we got first party games. We got third party. We got the Call of Duty exclusive license. Look at us. We're rocking. Well, this Sony, I'm telling you, you can't make these stupid business practices. This is going to hurt your bottom line in the end. And PS4 Pro, I hope it fails just because of this. If you don't stop this, I hope the PlayStation 4 Pro fails and fails hard. I'm not going to go out and buy it. I mean, I have a gaming PC, I have a PS4, I have an Xbox One. Now, I'm not going to go out and buy the Pro. That's just useless. I might buy the Scorpio, though. Scorpio is still on the list. But Sony, you need to stop this before it gets bad. Because developers will start getting creative and they'll make like, oh, here's a DLC and plus we make optimization fixes. It's like, what? Like, no. Sony, you were the king. You're slowly coming down to reality here, and Microsoft is taking you guys up, passing you up, and they're gonna take the console yet this generation. I mean, look at all the deals Microsoft is having on their consoles. They're releasing better games as of right now, and they're not being so, like, they're not acting like a dick. Like, they're doing things fair. They release better games for gold. Yeah, gold $60. It's worth it. It doesn't go down. PlayStation never goes down. And it's just unreal how Sony started off like, oh, we're the big bad kid on the block and we can't do anything. We can beat everybody up. Well, that's going to come back to haunt you guys, and I'm sorry, but I don't want to see Sony fail. But if they keep trending like this with their business practices, mark my words, they're not going to be a company much longer. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this down in the comment section. Paying for patches, that is unreal. Or software updates is what they're going to call it, but it's patches for games. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And that is all I want to talk about today, guys. Make sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a good one.